To face the unthinkable, you have to be willing to do the unthinkable. At the end of the day, you'll realize that each sacrifice you've made was worthy. Dear viewers, welcome to your TV program Tell Me About. And together, like usually, we will discover two young talents, two beautiful minds. Mr. Habib Abdel Abu Amran.
Hello, Mr. Yassine, how are you?
Welcome to Channel 7.
Thank you.
And Wasim Khoudi.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I really appreciate it.
With pleasure. It's another channel, your channel. The channel of the beautiful minds.
Thank you.
So guys, how are you?
Great. Actually, so it's such a pleasure to be here with you guys. Especially, it's like an English show, so yeah, wonderful.
And talents meeting each other.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
It's an opportunity to exchange, for example, good ideas and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. And it was so fast. Actually, I've been like exchanging with Habib before we came here. Actually, such brilliant ideas, and we could have like many mutual points.
We discovered that we have a lot in common. So
yes, exactly.
It was really amazing.
Yeah.
That's why I chose to invite you at the same time.
Thank you.
So guys, tell us more about you, Habib.
So I'm Habib Abdel Abu Amran. I'm an English teacher. And I'm a co-founder of .lab, which is a school specialized in teaching children about technology, robotics, and electronics.
That's a very amazing name.
Yes, it's
.lab.
And so we are two in the project. So me and my friend, the co-founder is called Yassine. So
just
now
like
he's in the military service, so I'm dealing with the things now.
Yes.
So we were both colleagues. We were teaching. So I was teaching English and he was teaching coding, electronics. And he told me about the idea of .lab. So and we had a lot in common, and we had the same vision to make the child and the student autonomous.
That's beautiful when two beautiful minds meet and have the same vision.
Yes, and he was more of a technical guy, and I was more of a pedagogical guide, and so it was like a mixture.
And you, Wasim.
Yeah. So interesting. Yeah. So Wasim Khoudi, so the founder of Expand. Actually, Expand is the first platform in Algeria that started organizing English events. So Expand. The purpose of Expand
and
is
it's
to
still
give
an expansion.
Exactly. Yes. So the purpose of Expand is to provide people to a space so they can practice and communicate in English, and all that in a fun and supportive and motivating environment. Because yes, the language is English, but inside you have such like skills to develop, like public speaking skills, communication, interacting with people, and open yourself to opportunities from networking and even like business and other things. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
So Habib, you went from an English teacher to a co-founder of a tech school.
Yes.
It was very...
Yes, it was like a big,
tough journey.
Yes, and a big shift.
Yeah.
So and from this stance, we would like to thank the Orange Corner for giving us the opportunity to be trained as a future entrepreneur. So they trained us to be entrepreneur. For example, you are moving from a field which is field of teaching methods, pedagogical things, to another things dealing with business, with money, with a business model. It was like a big shift.
Entrepreneurship mindset, right?
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah, this is actually also what we are touching in the meetups, like English Coffee and everything. Because as we said, like English, yes, we use English inside, but like we can raise awareness for youth, as you said, like entrepreneurship. Like why not we let people know about entrepreneurship, and also that they are using English language inside, like-minded people, and come up with ideas. Like sometimes we can open topics about marketing.
Yes.
Marketing, nowadays it's important whether you are working in a company, whether you want to create your own business. It's better to have certain skills, how you sell yourself, how you sell your product or service, and this kind of ideas actually are treated in
and that's what also Habib is doing.
Yes.
With .lab. It's a school you teach children from 8 to 16 years old.
So
robotics.
Yes. So we teach them. So the first 3 months, so they are taught about coding and programming. Then they move to different training, which is robotics. So where he learn about robots and how it works mechanically, electronically, and also he has to program the robot. And he also develops some personal skills, for example, like critical thinking, like logical thinking, how, for example, to build up like a problematic, then, for example, they come up with a hypothesis. So they concretize what they are learning at school.
Trying to resolve problems.
That's it. And creating alternatives in the future. For example, they can work as freelancers and entrepreneurs. So that's what we are aiming to do.
At some point, they will create their problems and solve them. That's really amazing. And you're teaching kids.
We are also teaching kids foreign languages.
Tell us about the academic process, the academic process of teaching. How does it happen?
So first, we create events, free events, where we invite children and their parents, and we do like an activity related to technology and electronics. And parents, they can see their children, for example, working together as a team, solving problems, developing hypotheses, and they ended up enrolling their children. So the program starts. So the first 3 months, they only learn about programming, for example, algorithm, critical thinking, how to program, for example, how to do a game. Then after that, he moved to
you know
robotics.
That people, they study this at university, not when they're young.
But there is specific programs for children. For example, they don't have to write a syntax about, for example, coding. So he only drag and drop some commands. So he has the fundamentals of programming and coding.
Last time on social media, I watched a video. It was really amazing. A little boy, he was like 10 years old. He created a game just like Super Mario. And he was happy. Yes, Super Mario. Algerian Super Mario.
Yeah.
He was really happy.
Yes, he will. And our objective is, for example, to incarnate what he's learning at school into practical things, for example, in our school. For example,
theoretical and experimental ways meet.
Yes, it means we theoretical and practical way, and we have a perfect incarnation of both.
That's really amazing. And you trained over...
now it's about 70 kids.
70 kids.
Till now.
And tell us, how was their reaction? How did they react after learning all these beautiful things?
They are always looking for new things. For example, when they finish programming, we want robotics. After robotics, we want new things. Then we, for example, teach them about electronics, about how to create, for example, smart things like smart bin. For example, if you want to throw something and it's open automatically, and the child is, wow, it's amazing. So we want to learn more, and that's we change, for example, the idea of like boring education to, for example, exciting, discovering things, touching things. And
this will also help their critical mind get improved.
Yes. So the main objective is to develop their hard skills, for example, mathematics, physics, and also their soft skills, like, for example, communication, working in teams, solving problems, dealing with, for example, something new. That's what we are doing.
Yeah, facing the unthinkable.
Yes.
So, Wasim.
Yes.
Expand. Why did you choose this name?
Yes, that's a good question, actually. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, Expand, actually, we chose this name after really deep thinking, and it has really some meanings. First, we came up from, like, in this universe, everything is expanding. That's the nature of how this universe is made, right? Yeah. So everything is expanded.
We discovered this thanks to Albert Einstein.
Yes, exactly. And then from this point, we went also to the point as, like, in our meetings and in our programs, we are expanding awareness in people's, like in youth. Like, we are expanding the awareness by, like, creating different topics, and by also, like, giving them the chances to learn how to solve problems, learn how to think, learn how to develop certain skills. So there is an expansion of awareness, because when you expand your awareness, your life will be better in some areas that you want to treat. And also, like, we are expanding the experiences. But because people who come to expand, they have, like, trips, they have program when they go with different people. And when we say different people, they are intellectual, they are really motivated, inspiring. And then they are expanding the experiences, and especially the fun and the networking. So all this is and especially also like expanding language skills, because yes, English is used, and especially the beauty is the
it's good
the
to learn
personality.
English. It's better to know how to use it.
Yes, exactly. Especially this is it. Like when you know English and you live English, that's a plus.
Yes.
Because nowadays people like they say that many people they are studying in English schools. That's good. That's a good plus. But the thing is, you have to expose yourself in spaces where you are dealing with people, especially if they are fun, especially if they are like cool, especially if you have like the opportunity to speak also like in front of public.
Yes.
Like real life situations.
This is it.
What I like about
into the action.
his programs are, for example, the topics are pre-selected. So,
Yeah,
so they need to
exactly.
do research, for example, about something.
They can
Yes,
get
yes.
prepared.
Yes, and
Yes,
they
yeah.
will talk about the topic like experts, and I think it's
Yeah.
good. They develop their linguistic skills and
Yeah.
also their intellectual skills.
Exactly, and sometimes even without preparation, because we like to put them in a situation where they need to improvise. Yeah, because like we give them a topic, of course we give them guidelines, insights, so they can start. And
That's what you do in the English cafe.
English Cafe, yeah.
That's an amazing idea.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Yes, about English Cafe or
Yeah, English cafe.
Yeah, so English Cafe, the concept of English Cafe is like we wanted to give people a different experience of English. And as I said, not only English, but you are building your personality. How? Is by being with people. You have certain challenges. Let's say, for example, you are shy in a certain situation, and you see that you need to like get free from that shyness in a respectful way, of course, always.
Yes.
Like you are in a situation when you need to speak in public, and in a more supportive way, because there are psychological activities and games that will free you with the time. So this is more is like a social experience, and people sometimes they need to find an environment where they feel supported, which is very, very important, to find an environment where your ideas are appreciated, so
Supported,
you can move forward.
even if they're out of their comfort zone.
Exactly, because this is what also you are putting yourself in as a plus, and you should be proud of it. Like when you enter to a new zone,
Yes.
facing people, it's not easy, you see. But people, you say, because I know when they are watching, they feel that it's something really, really complicated. But I always say, like, once you are into the experience, you will see it's not a big deal. The fun, the vibes, and everything, you will appreciate it.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
So, Habib, when children finish their program at Dot Lab, I think they're transformed forever
Yes, of course.
in a
And
good
they,
way.
and they are needy. They always ask for new things. And we also teach languages at Dot Lab. We teach languages in an interactive way.
Which languages?
We teach English, which is Spanish, French, German language, Turkish language, and Italian. So we have
Das
6
ist
languages.
That's good. It's good. Yeah.
And children
That's
are
good.
more
Amazing.
interested in English because, for example, if you want to deal more
It's
with
an international language, yes.
yes,
Yeah.
more about robotics, about coding, programming,
Science,
you need English.
marketing, you need English.
It's a must.
Now you need English in your daily life.
Yes.
Now English is a must.
It's a must.
For
yes.
people who are saying like it's better to learn English because it's international, but the thing is now it's a must. Sometimes I say as you are preparing your master, you need to prepare for your English as well.
And I think now things will get easier for our kids, especially lately. Mr. President took the decision. He gave the instruction
Yes.
to start teaching English from the primary school. What do you think about that decision?
I think it was an amazing decision, and
Yeah.
it was like a courageous decision to study English and learn English from the very beginning in primary school.
This is it. I think also that this decision can be a shift to many areas, because knowing English, especially from like a younger age, like you are going to have more opportunities in the future.
Yes.
You're going to be connected to what's happening, and when your awareness is open to valuable things using English, it's like a plus, and it's not only a plus for individuals, but also it's a plus for communities and for companies and everything.
Specifically
So
for
that's
scientific
happy to
research,
see.
for example.
Scientific
Now, for example, if you
research,
want you conduct a research, a study, for example, you search for some resources. You cannot, for example, always find resources in French, but in English. So you can find it everywhere. For example, Japan universities,
Exactly.
Canadian universities. So resources are about everywhere.
You're gonna feel like connected to the time. So say, as you said, because it's limited with other languages, some languages.
Yeah.
But when you know English, you can search. You can have like
Timeless. It's
yes,
timeless.
exactly. So that's a big plus.
And
That's
it's also a big plus for, let's say, national companies at the
course.
international level.
Of course.
When they will represent Algeria, they will be English speakers.
Imagine, because here we have great products, we have great companies.
Exactly.
You see,
We have young people who are always working hard, doing their best to improve our country
yeah,
in the technological field, in science, literature. We have English writers,
yeah,
English-speaking writers. So
Yes.
at the international level, we
Yeah.
will be really proud of them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Specifically for the Algerian people, so they seem like they are native speakers. So when they speak
Yeah.
the
Yes.
language, for example, if they don't tell you that this is an Algerian man, so
And we, as Algerian people, we have, let's say, that superpower of learning languages easily.
Because we know Arabic and it's easy to learn English.
Yes, Arabic, Amazigh, the accent. I've seen people who have the German accent. I was really, wow.
they are really good at imitating people.
Yes.
Exactly.
Specifically the accent. So
when-
you
when
cannot recognize him if
When
he's
you know Arabic, let's say you can pronounce any letter.
yes.
Yeah. And you know, also like one of the beauties, Mr. Yassin, is that like when you find people already like learned English, all right, you find them automatically they have a certain, I don't know, certain way of seeing things, certain perspectives, really highly developed. And we have really people in the English community and other communities like entrepreneurship, freelance, and things. They are great. Believe me, they have really strong competences. Like, and this is actually personally. I feel good when I think about it. I feel good because it's optimistic and it's impressive because there are people who have really good potential.
Potential, yes.
Yeah.
That's what's good at learning languages. It will give you another perspective to see things.
Yes.
You will discover the world. You will discover other cultures. You will, let's say, develop your critical mind in a positive way.
Yep. Exactly.
And that's what you do with the kids. You transform them. They go from children to technology consumers to autonomous learners and then to producers.
That's the main objective. So parents always think of technology from a negative side. They see that when we talk about technology, they always think about, for example, playing games, going to social media,
Yes.
and doing something bad. But the objective is to turn them from consumer of technology to protector of technology, for example, and mainly to be autonomous. So we don't want them to be independent, depending on the teacher, depending on the program. So we want them to have the initiative to do things
Exactly.
and to be autonomous.
Yeah. What I like about this also, like this is what you said, like independent somehow, because a student, when he learns how to be independent on making researches, how to think in his way, you see, like he will develop really good part in his mind and his brain. So this is valuable, really valuable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Expand, you organize more than 60 English events in Algeria.
Yes.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that, please.
Yes, of course. So this at first when we started, like we didn't imagine, to be honest, that we will continue this way till 60 and more. Because before we started, like just like a pleasure, we were at university, like we wanted to do something, to create something, and then we started this event. And with the time, like 2-3, we said maybe. Like that's all, like we won't continue, something like that. We didn't have the intention to continue, but the interaction of people and the energy that we have got, that we had from people, actually supported us more. And it's a passion. It's a passion because given the space and you have public speaking in the middle, you have the fun, and especially the thing that personally I support a lot is that some people sometimes they have certain anxiety to deal with other people because they have skills. But when they face people, they found certain challenges, you see. And when they participate in this kind of programs, they learn how to develop their self-confidence, how to speak in front of people. They learn how to communicate and how to get to eliminate, with the time, that shyness that won't serve them in the future, which is something I see deeply one of the most important things in the programs. Yeah, besides English.
That's huge.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Keep going.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And also you are developing the critical mind with your participants.
Yes, exactly.
And how do they feel when they discover new things, when they get to make the critical analysis of something?
Yeah. We feel inspired and they feel inspired as well, because when people gather, like-minded people have different perspective, different backgrounds, and they start sharing valuable things, automatically with that energy you go in the flow of having really, really brilliant ideas. And sometimes we for example, we had some experiences where some people, they say, I don't have anything to share, not really, don't call me to speak in public, I don't have really something to share. But once they went to the stage in front of people, they started sharing.
They have no choice.
Believe me, they had more ideas, and they have really, really smart ideas. This is the good thing. And inside, when you listen to the ideas, when you feel the inspiring ideas, it's really something that encourage you more. It's a rich space.
They will get more open-minded.
This is it. And especially, Mr. Yassin, after the experience, they stay in contact. And it's there is a community of beautiful people,
networking,
beautiful friends, so they can work together after that
and expanding. Networking.
So what I like about it is people are coming from different backgrounds. For example, you have teachers, you have doctors, you have architects. So for this reason, we have big networking about them. And they still keep in touch, even if they finish the program. And
that's why we have seen also our guests and everything, they are interested now, we have our guests now, we want to give them more programs so they can also have diversity for programs. That's why we have also the English practice day trip, which is something really, really fun. Imagine a whole day as a trip, you go to beautiful place, nature and security, of course, where there is security, safe place, and you practice only English for the whole day. You have the lunch, you have the friends, you have the laugh, always in a respectful way, only English, and it's really, really something beautiful. It's beautiful.
I would like to congratulate you for the beautiful things you're doing.
Thank you.
Guys, history will remember you.
Thank you.
Maybe in the future we will find you in history books.
Yes,
because you're doing new things and amazing things. You're like the legends of tomorrow.
So we have to leave our mark, to make a social impact on our society. So that's
on our society, on our country.
And to grow this, I believe, I don't know if you agree in this, Habib, to grow this, the contribution, we need always to learn more.
Yes.
That's why you find the people like Habib and all, they give and they learn. That's why you find them always continuous learning. Personally, I love continuous learning. You find me always searching things about marketing, searching things how I can develop so I can transmit that and add different value. So this is a good thing too.
A day where I don't learn something new is a waste of time.
Exactly.
And we need to be lifelong learners, for example. We never stop learning. If we stop learning, it's we stop breathing. So
because if you're not growing, you are dying. You are coming back to It's
learning is a lifetime process.
Yes, it is.
Time, life, and timeless process.
Exactly. And learning, I think learning is should be a lifestyle. You see, you are living and you are learning at the same time. And the more valuable thing you find, the better. because sometimes we get confused what to learn, because social media, there are a lot of information. So learn in the right way also like is valuable.
Guys, thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your precious informations.
Thank you so much.
Do you have any advice to give to the audience, to those who are watching us?
Yeah, maybe start.
So I say, keep learning,
Yeah.
never stop.
Yeah.
And for example, don't be like afraid. For example, I'm studying and that I won't find a job. Don't think about these things. So the important thing is to develop
Think positively.
yourself.
Yeah.
To, for example, instead of criticizing, I think you better do something.
Exactly.
You change something. You have to be a changer, not, for example, like always criticizing things.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
you believe in you have to love what you are doing, and you believe in yourself.
Yes,
And
yes, exactly. Amazing. So almost the idea the same. Like I can say that for people, they should be. I can say they have to be initiators.
Yes.
They need to take the initiative. They don't have always like to wait. And also like be an initiator from like creating things, working on yourself and working on your future and doing your best to find out what works for you. And especially, I can say maybe the last point, do your best to surround yourself with people who can support you, who know your value, who can also like encourage you to move forward, because this is also like valuable. So don't waste a lot of your time and be around the best people ever.
From this stand, I would like also to thank the Algerian Center for Social Entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
so who provide us with the trainings,
Yes.
with the coaching and with the networking, and
Yes.
he show us the path to be an entrepreneur and to move from a different background, from a teaching background to
Yes.
entrepreneur.
It's a great transition.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. And I would like to say also like to serve the people and to give them the space to practice their English, be themselves, have fun. To maybe they can follow us on expand.hub on Instagram, so they can
The
know the
viewers,
program.
make sure to follow them.
Yes, expand expand.hub or Facebook expand, so you can be notified about programs. And welcome. We'll be happy to have you.
Thank you, guys. So, dear viewers, never believe those who say we can't learn with fun. No, you can always learn with fun. And remember, you're never too old to chase a dream, and you're never too young to start an empire. Thank you for being with us. Next time, we'll discover other beautiful minds. Stay